The office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Doctor in the House is next with Dr. Leonard Surage, live on REV-UP St. Lucia, brought to you with the compliments of La Place Salaison, Jeannot Cooperative Credit Union, and Tapio Hospital.
At Tapio Hospital, caring and competent obstetric consultants who will see you safely from prenatal care through delivery with a team of excellent pediatric and anesthetic support. Tapio Hospital, where the patient safety comes first.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jeannot Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
It's delicious.
La Place Salaison is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Place Salaison, of course. La Place Salaison, Castries, Groselet, Beaufort, and Soufrière.
It's delicious.
It's now time for Doctor in the House, live on REV-UP St. Lucia, hosted by Dr. Leonard Surage. Dr. Surage, a very good evening to you. Good to see you again.
Good evening, Andre. Good evening, listeners and viewers and followers to the program Doctor in the House. Today, Tuesday, 20th of January 2026. The month is running by quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought the past 2 weeks I've been talking about what has happened, how we enjoyed ourselves for Christmas and New Year, etc. I thought this time, rather than looking at the food aspect of things, I'm going to be talking about the drinking aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, let us do a little discussion on alcohol, that famous drink. Alcohol and the abuse, and by abuse I mean the overusage of alcohol. And as I said it, I remember I used to be involved in the Alcoholic Anonymous in Beaufort many, many years ago when I just returned from training. And you'd see many people who were trying to get out of alcohol but never able to. We actually, there was myself, Dr. Didier and Dr. Remy, we formed about 2 Alcoholic Anonymous centers in the Beaufort area. And the thing about Alcoholic Anonymous is that it says, if you are drinking and you enjoy your drinking, that's not for us. But if you are drinking and want to stop, communicate with us and we'll show you how you can do it.
Mm-hmm. But I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I find that Alcoholics Anonymous keeps a very low profile.
Mm.
To me, they're not really out there pushing the message and encouraging people to come see them. Unless, of course, I guess maybe you happen to meet somebody who happens to be in Alcoholics Anonymous. What do you think?
Actually, yes. And remember, Alcoholic Anonymous is a voluntary organization of the alcoholics. It's not people outside of alcoholism that will do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they would need a lot of assistance, a lot of organizing for them to be able to do that.
Mm.
But when Alcoholic Anonymous is having their meeting, people who are not alcoholics have no right to be in the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So they do their own thing, they confess to each other, they show the hard times, they talk about how they overcome certain things. So it's an association of themselves. So you'll find that they may not have they may not possess the leadership qualities to be able to run an organization. So therefore, that's why the doctors get involved. We got involved to set it up for them, call the meeting, arrange things, give them literature, this and that, and let them have their meeting.
I was speaking more of the leadership.
Yeah.
Right? For example, as you know, we have Cancer Awareness Month. We have Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I mean, we have all these activities on a yearly basis. So why can't Alcoholics Anonymous be part of that movement?
Yeah.
I'm talking, as I said, the leadership, not necessarily the people who are struggling.
Yeah.
They can be part of the discussion as well.
That's right.
And as you correctly said, they don't have those skills. And
That's
I
right.
understand that.
So it has to be supported and arranged by civil society. But is to find people who are interested in doing that. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who would like to devote some of their time for that kind of thing. It's just not organized. And from time to time I ask my medical colleagues, is there an AA, which is Alcoholics Anonymous, is there one around? And they would tell me yes, but you don't hear about it.
Yeah.
And when I begin to go on the statistics, which I'm going to present in a short while, you'll realize that it is extremely important that we assist these people who are either drinking excessively and like it, or who are drinking excessively and would like to get out of it.
So let me just ask you a quick question before we move on. Unless, of course, you'll tell me you plan to answer that question a little later.
Yeah.
Why do they like it?
Alcohol?
No, crack cocaine.
Alcohol. I'll tell you, I remember reading a story about alcohol. I'll answer your question. Going through legislation in England to see whether to legalize it or not. In the same way we have marijuana going on. It was alcohol's turn. And the judge started on and said, if alcohol is this thing that when you drink it, get you stupid and get you aggressive and get you disorderly.
Hangover.
And hangover, I have nothing to do with it. But if this drink is one that makes you feel mellow, make you feel nice, make you feel friendly, you want to talk, you want to discuss, I'm all for it. So this dilemma, I interpret it to be that it is not the alcohol, but the use to which you put it. Whether you have a gun, whether you have a car, whatever you have, it is the use to which you put it that will determine what it does.
So in other words, you're saying if it can fulfill that desire that you have to feel nice,
Right.
to feel conversational,
yeah.
and it achieves those
Right.
ends.
But we also know that when you take it in moderate amount, small amount, it has that effect. But if you looking for a higher high and you take more and more, it begins to have the opposite effect. And many people don't even know that, so that they can approach the consumption of alcohol in a mature, sensible, and responsible way. Now, down to statistics now. It has been said, research has shown, that St. Lucia has the highest per capita consumption of alcohol in the entire Caribbean and Latin America.
Wow.
They even give you figures. They said that the average person, not everybody, average means that if you take a certain number, some will be less, some will be more, but the average figure is about 12 liters of one person. People who were above 15, they were the one that were looked at, the research. 15 and up. When you look at all of them, they say on an average, one person will drink about 12 liters of alcohol a year.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
And you say we have the highest per capita.
So 12 liters, let me tell you, 12 liters is about 3 gallons. I prefer to say the gallon, it just looks like
of
more.
course, yeah.
3 gallons, one person in the everyday drinks that. And It is always so. And they were looking at statistics
Excuse me, Dr. Surage.
Uh-huh.
It may be necessary to explain breakdown per capita. That's important.
Mhm. Yeah, per capita means per head. Capita means per head. So in other words, if it is said that St. Lucian drink 12 liters of alcohol per capita, and usually I would think this per year, not per month or week.
Mhm.
So it is per head per year. Each person would do it in the same way. Per capita means per person, and usually referring to per year. So that is what the statistic.
So when we talk about the per capita, we are juxtaposing that against what the population of another country, or
No. What we're saying is that an average St. Lucian above 15 years will consume 3 gallons of alcohol in a year.
Mhm.
An average person. Some may consume none, and some may consume more
Mhm.
than the 3 gallon. But when you add all together, divide by the number, your average is that they drink that amount of alcohol. So per capita means per head, per person.
Wow.
Mhm. And so that is.
So why would they compare it now? As you said, highest consumption per capita, right, in the Caribbean, and you said Latin America, right?
Yeah, it is. They looked at the Caribbean and Latin America as a group, maybe because of the demographic and the population level and the education level and the demographics and thing. Maybe they have looked at that.
So
And come up with that kind of research. Usually, the big organizations fund the research and they carry it out.
So how do you break it down then? How do you say in St. Lucia's case, for every 10 individuals, 8 would consume? How does that work out? Work itself out? Because
go over that again.
Yeah. In other words, because you said that we consume the most alcohol per capita in the Caribbean,
Yeah.
okay, and in Latin America. So I'm asking, how do you break that down in terms of numbers to say, okay, out of every 12 St. Lucians, you have 5 who consume excessive amount of alcohol?
Okay, what they would do is they would say, well, okay, let's do some research and let us carry a survey and find out from people how much they drink, their age, how much they drink, what part of St. Lucia they come from, etc. And you do that for all the Caribbean islands and the Latin American countries. You come up with a big figure. Say maybe in all you may have done about 10,000 people.
Right.
Composing. So when you look at that, you look at the average they consume and divided by the number of people. And then you do the same thing for St. Lucia. And you realize the average maybe the average of each country varies, but St. Lucia seems to have the highest average.
I get you. Okay.
So that is
I hope
why
our listeners understood that.
Okay. So that is why they come to that figure. And they also say that, in fact, what they're saying there is, in terms of regional ranking, St. Lucia has recently been ranked as the country with the highest level of alcohol consumption in Latin American and Caribbean countries, in people 15 years and above. There's also a trend that talks about the female. Women, when they check from 2010, 2011, 2013 and the years, they do that research often. They find that women are gradually drinking more alcohol than they were before. And in some other research I also saw, they were saying that the women are more likely to attempt suicide and attempt bodily damage after being excessively involved in alcohol drinking.
Yeah, because I am out playing at these country western old school parties, and it's true, the ladies would consume, well, they like beer. right? Most of them drink beer, the Piton.
Okay, right.
You know, those drinks. That's what they have. To be honest with you, I've never really seen like a woman like at these parties drunk. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I've never really noticed it. When you compare to the fellas, when the guys come around, you could tell the fellas have had a few already, but the ladies tend to be a little more in control.
In control, yeah.
And obviously, I guess that's because they, no matter how you cut it, they still drink less than the guys.
Yeah, they would probably drink less. They probably
and maybe don't go for the hard stuff that the guys would go for, probably. But as I said, these are from my little observations. They tend to drink beer and you know, those kinds of drinks.
And they said one thing about the youth, the impact on the youth. They said that approximately 42.7% of students reported using alcohol, with about 27.9% having been drunk and about 11% experiencing trouble as it relates to alcohol use.
So what age group are we looking at there for the young people?
Well, they were looking at school children.
School children?
So it says youth, the impact on the youth of alcohol, and it said that.
So Dr. Surage, I'm sorry, does it state where those children are probably getting this alcohol? Does it say anything about it?
The different places, they probably, some shops might sell it for them, and somebody else might sell it and bring it.
Do you think that sale takes place when the children actually have their uniforms on?
I wouldn't know.
Because you know, some children look a lot older than they age. So maybe it's possible they go to a shop, as you said there, and the proprietor will look at them and figure as though, oh well, they look like they're 18 already.
Buy it for them.
Oh, okay, that too. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Somebody can buy it for them, but it's the impact on the youth. Approximately 42.7% of the students reported current alcohol use. In other words, that if you look at the population, about 42% who are involved in the use of alcohol, and about 27 to 30% have reportedly gotten drunk. Not just take one little shot or got drunk.
Wow.
And so, whereas these things...
So just take a pin there, Dr. Surage, again for the benefit of our listeners. When we talk about drunk, is that something that is unique? Okay, does each person experience their own level of drunkenness? Or is there some marker that the authorities go by to know that they're drunk?
They're drunk. Yeah, in other words, at what point you think somebody, you can classify somebody as being drunk?
And when you say, before you answer that question, what does drunk look like?
Oh, I'm just answering your question without researching it. If you're drunk, it means that you're not in total control of your faculties. You're likely to make errors, either slurring of speech, not maintaining your balance properly, so you can't walk on a straight line, and your concentration span is low. You may be sleepy. You may be acting aggressively. You may show signs that you're not in total control of yourself.
So what if the person now is acting in a nice way? Let me explain. The person maybe normally, when you're around them, they sort of act in, like a certain level of control and so on. But you find when they've had a few drinks, they begin to laugh more, make more jokes, behave in a certain way that they wouldn't normally. Is that all part of being drunk?
No. You're merry. You feel lighthearted.
So that's not the drunken status yet.
No, that's not the drunken status. When you are not in charge of your faculties, you're likely to make errors of judgment, errors of because they always tell you, alcohol improves your bravery, but reduces your reflex.
Explain.
It may make you feel, if you're driving, make you feel as if, well, you can overtake this vehicle, you'll have time, but your reflexes are slower, and therefore you may not be able to do what you think you can do.
In case there's an emergency or something like that. Okay.
So you were taking a vehicle, another one coming. You say, well, that's far away, I can reach it. But that judgment is not there. But you're brave. You want to do it. And so that happened to many people. And it is also, they talk about a large percentage of people, of accidents are happening with people who have consumed alcohol, under the influence of alcohol. So I think hearing these things, it is important that we take this seriously in terms of vigilance on the road, in terms of testing, in terms of control, in terms of having a designated driver. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that we can do to curb that thing, because obviously it's a problem. And alcohol also causes many of the chronic illnesses. It can lead to diabetes, it can lead to high blood pressure, it can lead to so many different things. Obesity, because alcohol has a lot, especially the beers, have a lot of calories in it. And then you can easily get overweight by the use of alcohol. We have not even talked about your brain. The consumption of alcohol usually dehydrate the brain. So a lot of the hangover you have is because of dehydration of the brain.
Well, of course, I'll always ask you, how do you describe the dehydration of the brain? Because this is something that we can't see. When you're dehydrated, you feel thirsty. You're supposed to drink some water, but I guess the brain doesn't give you that warning, if you will, or that sensation or that feeling that I need to be hydrated.
Right.
So how does that look like? What does that look like? The brain becoming dehydrated. What is that like?
Oh, the brain is sitting in the skull. It cannot be compressed. If you squeeze the skull, you don't squeeze the brain. So the brain is there protected by fluid. It's inside a bag of fluid. And that bag of fluid is called the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay? Now, if that fluid has gotten less, it can actually make the brain a little more loose inside. Okay?
Yes.
And it can actually gives you headache. It can give you symptoms, the same symptoms you get with a hangover, what you call a hangover.
Oh.
So you get that symptoms. And the reason why the alcohol do it is because the alcohol, by definition, by action, is a diuretic, meaning that it encourages you to pass urine. And therefore, if you drink a lot of alcohol, you'll be passing a lot of urine, far more urine than the water you're drinking, the fluid you're drinking.
How so?
Because alcohol, when you drink it, it goes in your stomach. Then it goes into your blood. Then it goes into your kidney, because the blood goes everywhere. And in the kidney, it is involved in making you pass more urine. So the urinary, the aldosterone effect it has is actually causing you to urinate more, pass more.
But somebody may argue and say, but that's a good thing.
Well, it's a good thing, but you can dehydrate your brain by doing that, and dehydrate your body.
So what? Okay, I understood exactly what you said when you explained the dehydration of the brain, and the symptoms would be, as you said, maybe the hangover and this sort of thing. So is it that it's less of that fluid you spoke about in the brain? Is it less fluid or something?
Yeah, because when say you pee out some of your blood volume, say more urine.
Right.
It is the volume of the blood in the circulation that has gone down. And this is in direct equilibrium with all other fluids. So you find that if the fluid of the body has been reduced, then gradually fluid from elsewhere come out to replace it, and in themselves dehydrate themselves.
Okay. Now I have to ask you an important question.
Right.
In terms of addressing the issue of the hangover, because I've heard a lot of stories as to what people say they can drink or maybe eat to lessen the effects. Are these myths?
No, they're not myths. Because it has been said that if you have been drinking alcohol, when you come home, drink at least 1 or 2 glasses of water, maybe half a liter of water.
Mm-hmm.
You might think that because I drink the water, I'll have to wake up in the middle of the night and pass urine. It may not happen at all because you are correcting your dehydration.
Yes.
That's there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and many people would tell you that if they drink, even though they had a few drinks, when they come home and they drink water before they go to bed, they have less issue with headaches and thing in the morning.
Yes. So, Dr. Surage, again, take us inside the brain now, okay? So, you have a regular drinker, somebody who drinks regularly, 3 drinks a day. Once upon a time, we're told our parents said have 3 drinks a day with each meal. We've heard those things, right? Okay, so assuming there's a person who believes that, and they're consuming 3 drinks a day. But this dehydration process is taking place in the brain, and especially the person, lots of St. Lucians do not consume water. Okay, we think maybe if we have juice that we're okay. So over a period of time with this dehydration, because you mentioned that and it must be important, what can be the long-term effects of something like that?
For 3 drinks a day, and if you're otherwise drinking water and drink, because whether it is water or juice or whatever, it is still considered to rehydrate you.
Okay.
Of course, the sugar may have a different effect that you may not want, but it is fluid, it is liquid, so it helps.
So I'm talking about the person who does not drink the water, at least as regularly as they should.
When you are getting dehydrated, there are a lot of things. For one thing, you feel thirsty, and that will push you to drink water. Secondly, you may feel a bit lightheaded because the blood volume has been reduced, and therefore, especially when you're coming from a sitting to a standing position or from a lying to a standing position, you find that because your blood volume is less, the sudden change makes the heart want to pump harder to reach the higher heights of your pressure. And in doing so, you find that the brain may feel a little oozy. So you find that one of the things that happen when your blood volume is lower than it's supposed to, you get a bit of dizziness or lightheadedness when you suddenly alter your vertical position. So, and that's because of the fluid. So that can happen if you drink many, say like a few drinks a day. You have three drinks a day. So that can happen.
So would there be other serious long-term consequences?
Oh, the serious thing about drinking alcohol.
1 second, because we have to take a little break. And I've heard again, I don't know if this is myth, about how alcohol destroys brain cells and things like that. So I want you to address that because this is really, really important. All right, so please hold that thought. We'll come back in just a moment. And when we come back, we'll also give the numbers to call so that you can call in. So this is Doctor in the House live with Dr. Leonard Surage on REV-UP St. Lucia. The program is brought to you with the compliments of La Place Salaison, Jeannot Cooperative Credit Union, and Tapia Hospital.
At Tapia Hospital, we operate a 24-hour emergency service for all your urgent healthcare needs. Our qualified medical specialist will be on hand to ensure that you receive the best of care. Call us at 459-2617. Tapia Hospital, where the patient safety comes first.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jeannot Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
It's delicious.
La Plaza Salazar is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Place Salazar, of course. La Place Salazar, Castries, Groselet, Beaufort, and Soufrière.
It's delicious.
This is Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia, hosted by Dr. Leonard Surage. Dr. Surage, welcome back. Yes, before we took the little break, I was asking you about the possible long-term effects of excessive use of alcohol, especially on the brain. And I also asked you whether this is a myth that alcohol abuse destroys brain cells and so on. So, over to you.
Okay, thank you for accommodating me. And listeners, welcome back to the program. So, down to your question. Let me read one part of that story for you. In terms of substance abuse and alcohol, approximately 13% of total mental health burden in St. Lucia in people of the age 20 and above are attributed to alcohol.
Can you repeat that?
Approximately 13% of the total mental health burden diseases in St. Lucia for those who are aged 20 and above is attributed to alcohol. So you can see now, it doesn't quite answer your question, but we are getting there. Alcohol, when it gets to the brain, it begins to affect the brain, kill some of the brain cells.
So that is true.
That is true. But
so hold, stick a pin there. Okay, what we talk about brain cells and the destruction of the brain cells. And by the way, is it the alcohol that does it?
Well, it is the effect of the alcohol that causes. I mean, it's not like if you drink one drink, all your brain cells are gone.
Right.
No, it is a process that is cumulative. You keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. It will do that to you. It will begin to affect the efficiency of your brain cells.
Okay. So what's the importance of the brain cells?
The brain cells are the one that make you remember, that make you think, that make you all the functions you have in terms of sensory and motor input. It's are those
brain cells. So they're extremely important.
Yeah. For
so
memory,
you're saying that? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
memory,
and even things like.
But your ability to reason and that sort of thing?
And appropriateness of action, etc.
Right.
All is
oh my
part
gosh,
of the brain.
wow.
So long-term alcohol can do that, can affect the brain. So there's a process, it can affect the metabolism of the brain. As a matter of fact, it begins to change the metabolism, and therefore sometimes when they drink alcohol a lot, over a long period of time, they get into delirium tremens, whereby they have the shake.
Which we've all seen that.
And that is because of the nervous effect of it. And it also, if they continue doing it, then it can actually cause you to have memory loss and that kind of thing.
Wow. So do you think that just I'm just asking, you don't have to speculate too much. Do you think all those things like the Alzheimer's and dementia and all that, you think there could be a link between the alcohol abuse and those issues?
The possibility exists, but
science is not quite sure yet.
The scientists show what causes dementia, and I think it's an inflammatory process in the nerves, the inflammation of the nerves from a variety of different reasons.
So alcohol could be
a
one of those.
Can be augmenting it.
Right. Understood.
assisting in making it happen.
But Dr. Surage, this is really serious. You're saying that those brain cells, I mean, their function is extremely important, and the alcohol abuse could result in those brain cells being destroyed. So let me ask you, we have a call, by the way, but when those brain cells are destroyed, can they be replenished?
Usually not. Usually they say many brain cells can recover, but not all can recover. And usually, sometimes it's an irreversible thing. If your brain cell is gone, but there are so many millions of cells that it will take a lot to get you to a point whereby you can function.
Yes. Anyway, let me just get the numbers, and we do have a call already. The fixed line is 572-9710, 572-9710, or the WhatsApp platform, it is 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. So, Dr. Surage, take it away.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, bonsoir. Bonsoir, Dr. Surage. Bonsoir, Andre. Bonsoir, tout le monde.
Bonsoir, Anthony.
Okay.
Oui, ça c'est... Saudi, pardon?
No,
the floor is yours.
The floor is yours. So,
okay. Ok, c'est ça, on dit moi, bolla, c'est ça, moi, pour jouer pour
jouer.
Bolla, c'est ça, moi, ok.
Mais ma blé, oui,
let me explain in English a bit, and then I'll try to break it down for those who prefer to hear the patois.
Right.
Alcohol is something, if take it in moderate, you could manage it. But we must understand, Andre, you make a few points a while ago. Even when we go out, we see mostly the men get drunk faster, or even more men are drunk. Because what happened is, Doc, the ladies, they're smart. Most of them have already eaten something on their stomach. Most of them will go out to enjoy themselves, and they don't want to ruin the night. So what happened when they go out there, when they drink 1, 2, if it's a beer or 2, or if it's a gin and tonic or whatever, what happened? They've been moderate. Afterwards, somebody would ask them if they would like to drink. Oh, I'm okay. A water, if you don't mind, please. You understand? So they try to break it down. They try to soothe it down. They try to mild it in their brains, because they know they need to function, because they need to get to their destination. But with us men, what happened is we keep consuming, and when this one asks us, we take it. This one, we know we can't handle more than we should. But what happened is, most times what you get is people offer you, always they offer you drinks instead of food.
Yeah, that's right.
So what happened, what you find is, instead of telling the person, I could have drink at least a 2 shots of whiskey, but if you get me something to eat first, then I could. They won't go there. Or sometimes the person might say, are you serious, Gasa? Even the mall, sometimes you ask them a mall, they'll say, Gasa, what's a fun man? Like, yes, it's because you get these things. Now, let me just detour a bit. What you get, people that's obese or big bone, you find the alcohol volume into the system a little slower. Yes, Doc? Because of the fat. Yes, because if you're obese and put somebody slim and trim me, so when they drinking, you find that the volume of the alcohol goes faster into the bloodstream. Now, what I see a lot of people doing too, which is
one second, Anthony. Dr. Surage, would you agree with what he just said there? What the obese versus somebody who is petite?
I do not. I cannot attest to that.
Okay.
Because I think that it is when this thing gets to your brain, individually people vary in their response to it. But I cannot say that when you're obese, it gets to your brain faster or slower.
I'll tell you why. I said this. Sorry, it's because when I was trained about alcohol, red, green, and yellow light. For instance, when you're serving persons, because I'm a mixologist, when it comes to serving people alcohol, when they come and they in the yellow light, you serve them a rum and coke. But when they start bragging, when they start boasting and saying all kind of nonsense, and then they own this and they have this, you don't give them a rum and coke anymore. You give them a coke and rum.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So you see the signs already. So we were trained in that way so that they wouldn't hurt themselves whilst on the premises, whilst on vacation. You have to look after them. So this is why I'm not just saying this. I'm not saying it. As much as you see, science have proven it, but this is what we were taught. Okay. So if the person also, the same way I tell you, if they're overweight and they're drinking alcohol, the fact is that is when they've put 4 down already, I'm not saying they will not get drunk. I'm just saying when they put 4 down already, the person that put 2 already still haven't made their, you understand, haven't got there with them. You know, they haven't been on the same level.
So the thin person would get drunk faster?
That is it.
Okay.
Because I have seen it, even by serving them.
Yeah.
And this is why I could actually restrict and give them a coke and rum instead of a rum and coke.
Okay.
Now, what I also have seen, what happened, what you find a lot of people drinking things like Hennessy, Johnny Walker Black, and they use things like Red Bull or Monster to chase. This is very dangerous. This is why I want to touch this. This is very dangerous, and I'll tell you why. I'm not just saying this. This is very dangerous because just like, for instance, using coconut water to chase whiskey or Hennessy, that is also dangerous. I'll tell you why. Because the coconut water, as you will know, as you know, and others will also, hear that from me today if they didn't know, it's a cleanser. The coconut water is a cleanser because people, when they have to go and cut cane before, and I don't know if they're still doing it, they use the coconut water to cleanse their pee or to cleanse their inside. So at least before they go and take their blood, their urine test, so it will be clear and everything. Yes, Doc?
Go ahead.
No, I'm telling you, because they will drink coconut water. They will drink coconut water so that they could actually treat their inside. So at least when they go and get the urine test and everything, so it will just like, if it's inflammation, so the alkaline, everything will just try to clear inside the body. So what they're doing, they're using the coconut water as a chaser, which is not good. You're supposed to use a soda, something to slow down the volume of alcohol into the bloodstreams. Yes?
Well, we can argue that one, because it is said that carbon dioxide facilitates the alcohol into absorption from your throat into your stomach and into the blood. That is why they tell you that when you drink champagne, it gets to your head very fast and leaves very fast. It is because the champagne has a lot of carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide.
You said champagne or sparkling wine?
Champagne.
Because you know why I'm challenging you, because everything people see that sparkles, they call it champagne. Champagne is from Champagne itself, as in France.
That's right. Yeah.
So if they see an Andre or whatever as in a brand, they say it's champagne. No, it's sparkling wine.
Well, this one is sparkling and under a lot of pressure. And it's a pressure that actually pushes the carbon dioxide inside of it. And that's why if you shake it a bit...
So we're talking about the fizzy wines. Okay.
So, and the fizz is the carbon dioxide they pump inside of it. Because at certain pressures, you can push more carbon dioxide into the liquid. And so it makes it fizz. And if you happen to shake it a bit, say like the Coke bottle fell down, plastic bottle fell down, and you open it.
Very fizzy.
Right, because you begin to take some of the carbon dioxide out of the fluid into the bottle. So having said that, the carbon dioxide assists the transfer of alcohol across the barriers, the blood-brain barrier and the other barriers.
Okay, quickly, Doc. Let me share something before I give somebody else a chance.
Right.
What you with alcohol, it's arguably the number one killer if you continue abusing it. Okay. So what you find, you're watching a movie, you see people that's stressed out, they pour a glass of alcohol, they drink it. They party, what they use? Alcohol. So this is why alcohol is more open up to everybody. You're having a good time, you stress, whatever it is alcohol. So it's very difficult for people that's not disciplined, I use the word discipline, to stay away from alcohol. Now, with me and Andre, I speak on our behalf. When we go out, alcohol have nothing on us, because wherever we go, we come back. When I say we come back, meaning that we don't have to say, boy, we drunk that one side, that way we can't get to our destination. Because we have two drivers in us. If one is tired, the other one could drive. So we have plan A and plan B. So we're not like the West Indies, they don't have a plan B. Okay? Anyway, out of there. Thank you.
Okay,
Anthony, you said in Patwa.
Have a good night. Okay, let me just give the number in case our listeners and viewers want to call in. The fixed line is 572-9710, 572-9710, or you can WhatsApp 287-0971. WhatsApp is 287-0971. We're talking about alcohol abuse. And Dr. Surage, we have another call.
Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Good night.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
How I still hearing Andre giving the numbers and I hearing you all talking to me?
Listen to us on your phone, not on the device.
Okay.
Because there is a delay.
Dr. Surage.
Yep. I'm there.
Let me ask you a question. I was married to a man many years ago, over 30 years ago. And he used to drink. I could say he was an alcoholic, but it's only on the weekend. Monday to Thursday, the man is the best husband, the sweetest man ever. But when the weekend come, he have no control over the alcohol. So why he can stay sober from Monday to Thursday? He have control. He wouldn't drink it. They would bring it to him. He don't want it. But every weekend, he would drink the alcohol abusively and get drunk and misbehave. Why you think he don't have control over it on the weekend? Because he just programmed himself to be that way?
Exactly. It is not. If you are addicted to alcohol, you don't skip your days. You're addicted, you want it all the time because it has formed part of your metabolism. However, if you hold back, it means that come weekend, you have designated these 3 days are your drinking days. And behaviorally, you do it, but nothing is forcing you to do it. You're not under any kind of addiction to do it.
Really? But he did that until he lost his life. He died 2 years last year, and he never stopped drinking that kind of way. So that making sense to me, because if you can control it Monday to Thursday, no matter who bring it to you, you don't want it. On a weekend, you would drink the whole weekend. You drunk, misbehaving. So how you call somebody like that? There was a deliberate thing, or
maybe this is how he want to run his life. So you cannot say this man needs help in the sense that he is crying that for help. He want to stop. He is holding back 4 days, and he goes back to his alcohol because that's what he likes. And there has been no situation where he himself said to himself, look, I want to quit this thing. If you want to quit it and you cannot quit it, then you are addicted to in some way. But if you choose, I'm going to fast for 4 days and I'm going to drink for 3 days, then it's a conscious, willful act.
Exactly right. He probably that's just how he planned his life, and that's how he wanted to do it. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a good night.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, don't forget the numbers. The fixed line is 572-9710. That's 572-9710. Or you can WhatsApp 287-0971. We have another call on the WhatsApp platform.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I think he hung up and he called back. Yes, here we go. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Good evening, Andre. Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Fine, thank you.
All right.
Okay, Doc, thanks for accepting my call.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Okay, yeah. Doc,
talk to me.
Let me tell you. It happened to me, so I can't relate to it. Doc, when I'm thirsty.
When you're thirsty?
When I feel thirsty, sometimes I drink a cold beer. And it quench my thirst. I feel okay. I feel very okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, there are times when I feel thirsty, I drink, a glass of water, and I'm okay. So I want to know, how does the body react when you're thirsty? You drink a beer. Vis-a-vis, when you're thirsty, you drink water. I want to.
Good question. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So when you are thirsty, it means that your blood volume has been reduced. The amount of blood contained in your veins that is circulating throughout your body, it's supposed to be generally 5 liters, a gallon and a quarter. And when you have a reduction in that volume, there are some sensors located in the heart and other places that stimulate the sense of thirst for you to drink. Good. Now, whether you drink water, whether you drink alcohol, whether you drink soft drinks, once you build back the volume, it will quench the thirst. Now, of course, sometimes you may say, if I'm really thirsty, then a beer is not the answer, or a soft drink is not the answer, it's water I want. But this can be true. But the point is that the thirst is as a result of a depletion in the volume of your blood, and therefore you are asked, the sense of thirst may create a desire to drink and to up your fluid. So I would not be surprised that after drinking a beer, the thirst goes away. But time will come when, as if you want real water at some point. Okay?
Yeah, because the real thirst quencher, is water.
Is water. Yeah, but other fluids can add to the volume. Except that if you add fluid with a lot of alcohol, then the alcohol will cause the urine to increase, because the alcohol is a diuretic, and a diuretic by definition is something that makes you pass urine. And so when you drink something with alcohol, you might put the volume, but it also stimulates the kidney to pass the water out.
I think the caller may also be curious to know whether there may be some other long-term effects of quenching the thirst with beer. I think he's probably curious to know whether there are other issues, maybe not directly affecting the brain, but other parts of the body.
Okay, well, the effect it has is primarily the effect of alcohol, because the beer is 5% alcohol compared to drink, say rum, which is 40%. So, of course, if you drink 5% long enough, apart from getting the pot belly, which is from carbohydrates and fat, because there's a lot of carbohydrates.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there are other health issues that could arise.
Yeah, that's right. And it has to do with carbohydrates, because at the end of the day, whether it is the beer you drink, it will eventually turn into carbohydrates and then fat. So you can accumulate fat in that way. Because,
Dr. Surage, there's some cultures who, for example, when they're having their meals, would opt to drink water. Some cultures, they're just that way. They just drink water.
Yeah.
And some other cultures, it's always a glass of juice to accompany lunch or breakfast or dinner, that sort of thing.
But for a different reason, I would say that if you having your meal, which already has the calories and the energy, why top it up with another sweet drink?
Yes.
You should get into the culture of drinking water. And that will serve you much better, because there is an over-excessive emphasis being put on sugary and sweet things. And later on in your life, you're trying your best to cut it off, but the damage done already.
Yeah, or the habit.
The habit.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's hard to break that boy,
But-
because the sugar is so addictive.
Yeah, it's very addictive.
Hmm.
And but it's a pity that we make very little attempt to see it as an issue and begin to address, maybe cutting it slower and slower. If you used to take 3 teaspoonfuls, try 2.5, and then try 2. And gradually, you must make an effort to do that.
Now, Dr. Surage, we're nearing the end of our program, but it'd be remiss of me if I didn't ask you, since you are linked with Alcoholics Anonymous and obviously helping a lot of people who are struggling with alcohol abuse and so on. I don't know, as best as you can you just tell us some of the techniques one should use if one wants to stop
Okay.
the abuse of the alcohol?
Right. Okay. Well, I used to be associated with the Alcoholic Anonymous, but I'm no longer actively involved in that. I do other things. I'm involved in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I remember is that because the addiction, now these are people who want to leave it, they want to stop it, but they cannot stop it.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you, for these people, they need support. Like all forms of addiction, you need a lot of support from home, from colleagues, from friends. And that is why...
Now, explain when you say support, what do you mean? Is it somebody watching you 24/7 with a hammer on top of your head telling you, if you do not stop, I'll give you a lash kind of thing? When you say support,
No,
what do you mean?
usually when they come to the meeting, they stop. They're not drunk.
Mm-hmm.
They come to the meeting, they come to AA meeting, and they would sit there and explain, boy, last time I was drunk, I did this, I hit my wife on her head, etc. And I was so sorry afterwards. And the other one say, boy, I had a similar story, except So they confess. In other words, you're getting the guilt out of it.
I see.
And in doing so, they gather strength from each other. Because I have a weakness, you have a weakness.
So you're saying, Dr. Surage, by the person who's struggling with the bad habit, whether it's alcohol or whatever, because we have a whole bunch of stuff
Oh, yeah, lots.
we all struggle with, right?
Mm.
You're saying that by admitting your bad deeds, if you will, we're going to call it that, right? That this is actually therapeutic for you?
But of course, that's what confession is all about, my friend. You confess, whether you confess to a tree, confess to whatever, what you're doing, you're offloading your guilt. And maybe you pray to God to help you and clean that up for you. In other words, clean me up so I can fight another day, and I promise to be better the next time.
Wow.
So you have serious psychological benefit from it.
So, well, Dr. Surage, maybe then it's not strange that there's so many people struggling, because I didn't imagine by you opening up and sharing your challenges that it would make you feel better. So then why do we want to hide those things? Because, a lot of us hide those things. We don't want people to know what we're doing in the dark in the park.
But they're not saying it to John Publica.
Okay.
They're saying it to a small gathering of like people, like experience, and in the same trap they're trying to get out of. So there's a collegiality in there. There is a syndicate in there. We are helping each other. Because many of them would tell you, but I didn't know you had the same problem too. So they begin to confess their problem from within and begin to get strength from it.
So that's what it's all about. Yeah, because I've seen those Alcoholics Anonymous sessions. I mean, I never really get a chance to hear what they're saying, but you could see that they're having this discussion. So basically, as you said, they're actually confessing. That's what they
they are pulling, and that's why they are pulling strength from each other.
And I imagine a space like that, the people who are struggling similarly would not be judging them.
No, they wouldn't, because we're in the same boat. We are all trying to survive.
Yes, because that's what I find, Dr. Surage. Sometimes, depending on who you're speaking with, the person is sometimes quick to judge and to make... In fact, sometimes they even make you feel worse.
That is right. And that is why they will not open to just anybody. And that is why when you have Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, non-alcoholics must not be there, because it puts a spoke in their wheel.
And I understand why.
That's right.
Because the tendency is, hey, listen, I don't do those things. So how could you do that? That's what you're doing. Or,
right, because I'm better than you.
Yes.
But all of us have struggling to get out of this stranglehold of this thing holding us down. They have even associated with an evil. They say it's the evil that's doing that to you. And because you can get strength from God. And I know one of the techniques that some of the agencies use, especially for cocaine addiction, etc., they make it sound as though the addiction is an evil. And put your faith in God, and we will overcome that evil. It helps because when you put faith, it means that you're working harder at it. You see a chance where you can get better, and it gives you the strength and the power to proceed.
Yes.
And also, they're also being told that never believe you're cured. No matter how many years you have not drunk alcohol, but take the same precaution. Don't go by people who drink. Don't go and sit in the bar just for entertainment, and don't do anything that will incite you to drink. Stay away from it, stay far from it, and don't entertain it. But every day you live is a day you're dry, or you're free. But don't believe you've been cured.
That's a very important point, Dr. Surage. Because sometimes I guess we believe that we're okay, and as you said there, we could go where the temptation is, and so on.
Again.
Yes.
And it happened again.
Yes. So you never quite cured, right? You never quite cured. It's a struggle that continues, maybe up until you die.
That's right.
Wow.
Although it sounds sad, but then they drill it in your head. You must not feel secure that you completely overcome it, because that is where you'll fall.
Yes. Now, Dr. Surage, just before we end, for those people who want to share their story, not necessarily with somebody who's going through the same issue, because they may not be friendly to somebody or somebody's going through the same issue, but they want to share with a friend, somebody that they feel could be their spouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Could be an acquaintance, and they want to tell those people how they truly feel and the struggles that they're going through. How should the people now who are not going through those struggles, how can they help the one who's struggling without making them feel any worse than they're already feeling? Because I find that when you try to share stuff with people, right, the tendency is to want to judge you. And almost make you even feel, as I said, feel worse about what you're doing, because in other words, how could you of all people be doing that sort of thing? Even sometimes when the one who's struggling will admit that I've been the one messing up and this sort of thing, and you have somebody now telling you, yeah, you really messed up.
Yeah, yeah, because what you need is somebody who will be empathetic towards you.
Explain.
Somebody who will feel your pain, feel your discomfort, and begin to give you some empathy, some sense, some understanding of what you're going through, not to judge you. And unless you can see that quality in that person, you may not open up to them. And when you open up to them, because when you open up to them, you are exposing your inner vulnerability, and you become weak. You become almost useless, or with little value, because you've been down to your bottom. So you don't want anybody to kick you at that point. So if the person you are humbling yourself to, is a wicked person, they will make you feel bad.
Exactly. And I think sometimes you do not understand the depths that people sink.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in this
quest for an answer.
Yes. I remember just before we end, there was a very prominent gentleman in St. Lucia, very, very, very prominent, known across the country, known across the Caribbean, highly intelligent, very influential, right? And this gentleman used to smoke, okay? And he developed cancer. I think cancer of the lungs.
Okay.
Okay? And his bodyguard was telling me, even after he knew he had that cancer of the lungs, he knew that. He said when the family would not be around, he said he would be looking for the gentleman, and the gentleman would go underneath the house, right, to smoke. The habit was so bad, bad. He says, Andrew, I'm looking at this man, towering figure, and a cigarette.
Yeah.
So I was just making that point because, again, for the people who we share our stories with, you have no idea what, especially you're not an expert, what the person is going through, because we tend to look at them and say, but you can't believe somebody like that level, would be doing that sort of thing.
As far as you're concerned, they have so much strength, they have so much power.
Yes.
How can they succumb? How they can be so weak as not to be able to control something?
That's right. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Sometimes certain places I go to, and I see the gambling issue. Right, gambling. That's another bad one again.
That's right.
And there's a group of people, right? Once they enter the place, you know where they're going already. They head straight to those slot machines. Straight to the slot machines. That's where they go, and they're there for hours. They're there for hours. Now again, we can look at that and say, you mean say mid can do, mid just coming of all people coming to gamble like that? How I for me say, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's true. Dr. Surage, we should really, really be careful.
It's an addiction. The gambling is an addiction too.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. And all the other addictions that we all either currently going through or those we are currently fighting.
But whichever one it is, it is devastating to our life, to the lives of the people that depend on us, and the people that look up to us.
Finally, Dr. Surage, for the person who's struggling, okay, again, I know for sure when I have tried to overcome my weaknesses, because I have them. I mean,
all of us have
I have them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and I'm doing well. Okay, wow, boy, I overcame that, and you feel really good. I can't begin to explain the feeling that comes over you when you fall again. When you go back, albeit temporarily, you feel really, it's like, oh my gosh, I'd come so far, and here I am, I fell again. And sometimes you want to even give up. So I thought I should bring that in the conversation.
In the conversation, yeah. And I think also what you're talking about is the standard that you have set yourself. When you fall short of it, you begin to feel very disappointed with yourself, as if you can beat yourself because you have fallen short. Nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows the standard you set yourself and the standard you didn't meet. You alone, you'll go in the mirror and say, look, that's what I have done. But how you must be ashamed of yourself. Why you allow yourself to fall by the wayside like that? And then you try again, and then you succeed. But it is, all along, it is, you remember from the very beginning, I was talking about setting standards. The standard you set yourself are the standard you feel you can meet. And also, let me say, that if you are accustomed of setting standards and conquering them, it gives you a strength. And every time you encounter another challenge, you look back at the challenges you have overcome. That's where your strength comes from. If you, like some people, dodge here, getting around all difficult things, getting somebody to help them, didn't do it themselves, and trying to meander around problem and not solving it, every time they find a new problem, it rattles them because they cannot fall back on anyone they have done well to get their strength from it, because you get your strength from your successes.
Understood. Okay, Dr. Surage, ready? Overtime.
Overtime.
Way overtime.
Well, thank you very much, Andre, for having a dialogue like this. I quite enjoy it, and I'm sure the listeners did enjoy it as well from the responses we are getting.
Indeed.
And listeners, thank you very much for participating in the exercise, and I am very happy you all did. It inspires me doing it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Surage, as always, for your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, you've been listening to and viewing Doctor in the House live on REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM. And Doctor in the House is heard and seen on REV-UP St. Lucia every Tuesday evening from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The program is brought to you the compliments of La Place Salaison, Chanu Cooperative Credit Union, and Tapio Hospital.
At Tapio Hospital, we operate a 24-hour emergency service for all your urgent healthcare needs. Our qualified medical specialist will be on hand to ensure that you receive the best of care. Call us at 459-2617. Tapio Hospital, where the patient's safety comes first.
It's delicious.
La Place Salaison is the true home of quality meat and deli products, selected and priced to suit every palate and pocket. We sell all cuts of meat, poultry and fish, from tasty lamb necks and succulent pork chops to lean dolphin and juicy top round steaks. Our deli items include turkey, ham, bacon, pork sausages, meat patties, chicken nuggets, deli ham and eggs, so that breakfast or that party is a breeze. And for your added convenience, we sell restaurant essentials and grocery items. So where's your next meal coming from? La Place Salaison, of course. La Place Salaison, Castries, Rosalie, Beaufort, and Soufrière.
It's delicious.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jeune Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
REV-UP St. Lucia is located at Unit 4, Gablewoods Mall, Sunny Acres, Gas-Free St. Lucia. Tune in on 95.9 FM or online at revupslu.com. Call the studio